All right, we'll do it this week. Yeah. Love you. Aga baga. Okay, I'm on live, so bye-bye. I'm on live. No, I'm live now. Bye-bye. Yeah, I'm live. Bye-bye. Okay. Hello, everyone. Hi, how are you? Christy here from FootPrint. Yeah, just bless him. James did a little bit of shopping this morning. So it's put him out time-wise. So he's like a little bit stressed. But yeah, I hope everyone's okay and going well. We've had about three or four beautiful sunny days here in Perth, in WA, in the southern hemisphere, and but now it is pissing down. And yeah, you want some more nummies? You want some more nummies? And of course, the queen of nummies is here, El Queeno, Her Majesty. Show everyone your pretty face. No, you're not going to show anyone your pretty face. Hi, Viviane. Hi, I'm Steve. There you go, sweetheart. There you go. And yeah. So what? You don't want them on the plate, the gold rim plate that is there for you with your nummies on them. That's not good enough. It's gold rim. It's fine china gold rim. Oh, honestly. She's turning up her nose. No, not good enough. Not good enough. You're sitting in the middle of my card space. Yes, you are. So, hi. Hi. Yeah. So I've had a very, very busy week and a couple of family things and stuff. So I really haven't had much of a chance to keep up with what's been going on. So I might just have a quick look at the headlines here. Dear. Yeah. And there's been lots of New South Wales, lots of wet weather. What happened to Singapore Airlines? Okay, I don't know. Trump is finally using Americans' power for good. Well, I don't know about that. I think if he's using America's power, it's to get something he wants. So, yeah. The Midas Touch has dethroned Joe Rogan as the top podcast in the US. Wow, well done, boys. Anyway, we watched the Midas Brothers, and James liked them. Hi, Sherry French. It's just such an interesting time, isn't it? Yeah. What I thought I'd do today is I got in a few new decks, and I haven't really been opening them much. So I've got one here called the Harmony Tarot deck. So I thought I'd have a look at that. And that has to go into my proper work bag. Otherwise, I'll be buggered on Monday. This is my train card, my travel card, Oyster card, whatever you call them, wherever you are. Yeah. So it's getting a bit warm in here. I've got a heater fan on. I am my usual organized self. I've got so far, I have huge boxes full of books, which my hubby brought in. He very nicely cleared all the DVDs off the shelves and then proceeded to fill the shelves with stuff, not my books. So, yeah. I gotta love the man. Gotta love the man. I absolutely do. I adore him. What was I going to do, guys? Open this deck, wasn't I? Okay. Oh, and there's I put a couple of little new oh, here's another deck not being used. I've got also a phantom tarot deck here, and I've got some roots and wings oracles, and something called the, well, it's just some pretty here. I think it's anatomical based. It's oracles. I know that. Yeah, I was intrigued by it. Look at this. So, yeah, so I haven't really had much chance to listen to what's going on news-wise. It's been a bit of a busy week, and yeah, we've got ear, elbow. Oh yeah, parts of the body to deck. It's yeah, really interesting. So I might have a bit of fun with these today. Yes. I know what I was going to do. Just hang on a moment. Do want the heat on, but not as powerful a fan. Yep. Yeah. So this is going to be. I thought we'd use some new decks today. We'll start off with the Harmony deck. It's a tarot deck. When I look at the new decks, I like, you know me by now. I'm a very visual person, and the visuals really attract me. Now these, look at this gorgeous artwork on these. They're just beautiful, and yeah, so it's going to be really, really interesting. So what I normally do is just divide the decks up into 4 lots. Wow. These are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I ended up with 5. Goodness me. Yeah. Uh, Hi, Grandma D. So I'm just introducing a new deck. It's called the Harmony Tarot deck. Beautiful artwork, beautiful. And yeah, just stunning. And raining here, absolutely raining. This tower, look at that. That is just gorgeous. Isn't it beautiful? That tower card, it is just, that has to be the most beautiful tower card I've seen. It, like beauty, and then it's stunning. It's just stunning. And so, yeah, this is what I usually do when I get a new deck. I go through it, I divide it up, I, mix it up, but I handle each card individually. Look at this strength card. Look at that. If you want to know about this deck, it's called the Harmony deck, the Harmony Tarot deck. Um, it's from Leeds Design Studios LLC. It's from 2022, and it's designed by, I don't think it's the actor, but someone called Christopher Lee. Most of these have a little QR code on them, and you can go and you can get the guides if you want. I tend to use a base guide for all my decks and go on the visuals after that. You know what? I turned the heat down because it was too hot. Now it's too cold. I'm going to have some iced coffee. I am being such a yobbo today. I'm drinking out the bottle. Oh, bogan yogbo, whatever you want to call me. Yeah. So this is the first deck I've unboxed. Mm-hmm. And yeah. So who's got something they want me to look at? Forgiveness. Oh, I'm the captain now. Okay. Right, Captain. Well, I have no idea if you're into um into tarot and what we do, or if you're saying it's a bad thing. You might be the captain, but I'm the friggin' admiral. So if you want to enjoy what I'm doing, that's fine. If you've got no time for it and want to preach how bad I am, you know, okay. I'm not bad. I'm very, very good when I'm bad. Anyway, let's have a look. I think we might just have a look at the US in general for this week. Let's have a look there. I am aware, because I've been hearing you, Of course, there was that big tsunami scare. That was a bit of a frightening thing. But I am aware that there's been some weather events and stuff like that, and there's some worries about hurricanes and everything. Oh, well, that's good, Captain. I just didn't quite understand where you were coming from with that. Well, Captain, welcome aboard. Just offering a good thing. That's good. Well, welcome aboard, my dear. And I have to admit, I'm a bit of a sci-fi person. You know, I haven't watched any Trekkies in ages, but I'll tell you what, I do like Enterprise, the series Enterprise, and what's my favourite one of their movies? Insurrection with the Next Generation, of course, and like most people my generation, I loved the voyage home with the original crew. The Trouble with Tribbles from the original series and Trials and Tribulations from Deep Space Nine. Got to be my favorite episodes. Anyway, that's good. The good news of Jesus. He did walk on the earth. He was a real person, and he did bring a lot of change to the earth. Voyager's pretty good too. Yeah, I don't mind some of Voyager. Yeah. Oh, just gotta move this heater thing. Okay, so let's have a look across the US today, and maybe look at some other regions as well. So, what is the energy for the US this week? Let's have a look. Guides of the highest truth and compassion. I am, as always, open to you and to the universe, seeking your wisdom and guidance, and asking for access to your wisdom and knowledge, the Akashic records. So, look. Yeah. It's the faith you have that helps with your soul. And however you base that faith is fine and good. To me, it's the belief that everyone's soul, everyone has a soul, and it's important, not just now, but later. Anyway, oh dear, there's not the best things. The Ten of Swords this week for the US. So there might be a bit of bad news, but what is this? Of course, this is often seen as a card of betrayal, along with the Three of Swords. Oh well, some people don't. I mean, I've watched Stargate as well. Huge Stargate fan. Don't mind the Orville. That's pretty good. Yeah. Well, the Ten of Swords seems to be. This is also an end of a cycle, the Ten of Swords, but it's a messy end. Hi, Shelby, Lisa. It's a messy end. So there's a messy end to a cycle coming up in the US this week. What are the challenges there? The Page of Swords. It's accepting disappointment. That is what entered my head. Now, I know I say to everyone often it's the visuals, they help guide me, but the other thing Hi, Ron. But the other thing that really guides me in what I read into a card is what enters my head immediately. And in this one, it was the need to accept disappointment. Um, Messages are not good, negative, and the pages, of course, that's the Page of Swords. The pages, of course, are messengers. They bring news. And I think the news is possibly related to the Ten of Swords here, the messy ending that's happening. And you don't want to wish a messy ending on anyone. Justice, a justified ending, however that is. Yes. What's the advice here? Is to keep, well, we've got the Queen of Cups, and it's to keep calm, to soothe your fears, but don't rely on someone to do it for you. Like some people need others to soothe their fears. This is something you need to do from within. Draw on that well of compassion and on that well of heartfelt wisdom and serenity, which the Queen has. The Queens to me are about resources. They're about gathering resources. So draw, and that includes knowledge. So draw on that knowledge you have in order to calm down the fear that might erupt during this week. Or the tension. It's sort of like a little bit of physician heal thyself. So what you might do to help calm others down, you should also do for yourself. Now I'm looking at the US here, okay? I think I might also look at Europe, Australasia, UK, you know. Now, what's at the base of this? A real show of strength. A real show of strength. So that's interesting. But I'm not seeing it as the US showing strength. But along with that strength is patience and resilience. That's part of strength, infinite patience and resilience. So this is about riding out a storm. This. Someone is going to bare their teeth. Hi, Jazzy girl. Someone is going to bare their teeth, but it's going to take patience and resilience. And that's really going to be needed. And this is really important. This is a major arcana for this coming week. So there's going to be a real challenge thrown out. It's more about being proactive, not reactive, in that showing that strength. What is the outcome here? It's the Chariot, which is often victory. It's momentum, movement forward. Much needed movement forward. So now we've got the outcome card. I want to explore that outcome a little bit more with the Chariot. So I'm going to do 3 more cards. And this is what I generally do when I do a general reading. I do the 5 cards, situation, challenge, advice, basis of the reading and outcome. And then I do 3 clarifications on the outcome. So, wow, this is amazing. This is the third major arcana. This is lessons learned. It's a good time to think outside of the box and to encourage others to break free from indoctrination. That's what I'm feeling. I think the first word that entered my mind was indoctrination. When I saw the Chariot card, the first word that entered my mind was victory, but then it was like, no, not victory, movement forward. What's the next clarifier for that card? We've got the 8 of Swords. Okay. This, I often call this the backing yourself into a corner card. The first thought that entered my mind here is that there is a pathway out. You just have to take off the blinders. That's what entered my mind first up. And the 4 of Swords, I got retirement, retreat. This is often also seen as card of illness, sometimes as a card of someone passing. Retreat. So overall, I see quite a bit of an unsettled week for the US in general. But towards the end of it, things being reeled back in and heading in forward in a better direction. I'm looking at that 8 of Swords again, and the song Blinded Me with Science came in. I don't know if it's about it could be environmental, but I feel like it's just more like people stop listening to what's being said. Often you'll see people scientists talk about something, and someone who's not a scientist, their eyes glaze over. And it's like, so it's blinded with science. So you tune out and you don't listen. And I think with someone such as the president, people are tuning out the president. And it's like by tuning him out, they're actually allowing themselves to see a pathway they couldn't see before. So it's going to be really, really interesting how this move forward is. Another thing that entered my head when I saw the Hierophant this time, when I looked again, because, I will look a couple of times with the Hierophant, it's a move away from indoctrination. Hi, J-Cat lady. Oh, that's okay. That's okay, sweetheart. So it's going to be an interesting week. Could be a bit tense, could be a bit scary in some aspects, bit up in the air, but use that inner well that you have of that resilience that you've had to build up over the last few years. To, as the English say, keep calm and carry on. I don't know if they ever really said that, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Swamp mosquitoes. Yeah, you be careful about that. I could blind you with science on mosquitoes. But yeah, I'm not going to, darlings. Okay, so now I think what we might do now is pop over to, I'm just going to go back and see if I've missed anyone who's joined in during that reading. So, might pop over the pond and have a look at what's happening in the UK and the British Islands. Now, the UK is the United Kingdom, which is England, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland. Doesn't include Ireland, okay? But the British Islands does include Ireland, so the British Island region, and that includes Jersey, Guernsey, Isle of Man, all those places as well. So the British Islands region. Yeah. So let's have a look at the British Islands region. Cup runneth over. The Ace of Cups. Messy emotions is what I'm getting. Wow. Again, not tidy, not neat. Page of Wands. Okay, another messenger. This time it's the Page of Wands. And the challenge is finding their voice. Well, the Scottish haven't had much trouble finding their voice, but it's making sure the message is heard. What message? I don't know. Okay. The Knight of Wands is in the advice. Now, this normally show restraint. So show restraint, but be ready to go at any moment, sort of thing is what I'm. So be prepared, but until otherwise required, show restraint, which is interesting. Hello. At the base of this is the Eight of Swords. Okay. They've been trying not to get themselves painted into a corner. The base of this is the reason they've showed restraint, and they're still doing that and finding it hard is because tricky. Negotiating their way through delicate, but there's lots of illumination now, and the pathway seems to finally be clear for them. It's interesting that both the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Swords both have that brilliant moon illuminating things. What's the advice for the British Islands region? Four of Wands. Wow, celebrations. Celebrations, but I also got don't celebrate too soon. So prepare. I feel like it's preparing for a celebration for the outcome is a celebration. And I think that's what the restraint is. Queen of Swords, clearing away what does not serve you, which is a classic Queen of Swords. To me, it can also be a judge, but in this instance, it's clearing away what does not serve you. Then we have the High Priestess. Diplomatic wisdom. A millennia of fighting battles. And the wisdom learnt from that. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty much the case. Yeah, I agree, Sherry French. The Tories messed it all up, and Labor get in, and because Sir Keir Starmer hasn't fixed it all overnight, they're blaming him for the way it is, and that's not true. Now, this is the Four of Pentacles. Okay, dissatisfaction, absolute dissatisfaction is at the base of this, is part of this. So whatever happens here, I feel like it's this whole millennia of fighting war. Even older than that, really. I'm just going back to Norman conquest. There was still fighting before that, more than a millennia. Things might not be as satisfying as they could be, but take the opportunity to celebrate when you can, because those celebrations are important. So again, it's going to be an interesting time over there. I don't know if they have something coming up, but there seems to be towards appreciating life. Yeah. I think we might have a look at my region, Oceania. Hi, Deanne of DFL Rocks. Welcome. Here in Oceania, the moon. What's been hidden is going to come to the fore. Illumination, brightness. Can't stay hidden anymore. Okay, the challenge is not enhancing geopolitical loss. I feel like this could be the thing that ended it when I was not enhancing or losing any more influence over the Pacific region that China has been chipping away. That's going to be the challenge here. To stop that chipping away by China, influence of Australia over the Pacific nations. Solomon Islands being a prime example. The ace, so the advice is the Ace of Wands. Be creative, but be firm and give time for things to build up. Hi, Bora Bora 333. Lovely to see you back again. At the base of this reading for Oceania, Australia, New Zealand, the Pacific Islands, and the Southeast Asia area, Melanesia, Polynesia, Australia. It's the Queen of Wands. She's definitely in a guardian stance there. Stepping up in a guardian role. On here, Five of Pentacles. People quite often see this as loss. I often see it as you're on the outer, but you can't understand how you got there. But then there's this aspect of just turn around the corner and there's the opening. This is, I think, the latitude. I think we've realized that we let things go to such a state that we didn't realize how badly. But around the next corner, there's new opportunity to rebuild things. So that outcome, the 10 of Wands, victory after struggle, success after struggle. So yeah, we're sort of closing down that. A tower. What's adding to this is some insight to how we got there. Some people say, oh, it's pretty easy, but, neglect of our neighbours in the region. And yes, that's part of it. And an assumption. Thank you, Shelby Lisa. Hi, Annie S. So real insights happening. There's been every one of the readings so far has had at least one major arcana. So it's going to be interesting. And then the 8 of Wands is adding towards this outcome. Enhanced communications, messages coming quicker and quicker and quicker. And I think that often happens when you have a tower of sudden insights and ideas and messages coming right at you out of nowhere. So I think that I feel like Australia as a country is going to get some the bigger picture thrown in their face. They shouldn't have to have it thrown in our face. We shouldn't. But it's, and big lessons learned here. Big lessons learned. So hopefully we can see a turnaround in this region with the relationships, with some stressed relationships, renewal of good relations with some countries that have become stressed, and stronger showing in a relationship with China, possibly the US too. I'm going to have a quick look at some of the other regions, just 3 cards, and I think I will get a different deck for that. Not a new one because it take a bit too much time. So we'll get this nice Scarabow deck. Do you want some more nummies? You've got nummies there. Well, go and have them. On your gold trimmed fine china plate. Okay, Canada, 3 cards. Past. Juggling. Manipulating. Rebalancing. Finding that new balance. Present. This is for this coming week. Oh, okay. Validation in their approach. And in the future, this week, oh dear, ending out a cycle. But actually, I went, oh dear, but it's like ending out a cycle. So, yeah, expect another jab from Trump. But it's validation and clarifier on that. Yeah. Expect another jab from Trump as he tries to push Canada to the side. It's not going to happen. Okay. Central America. Let's have a look there. El Salvador. My mind immediately went to those prisons in El Salvador. And yes, hello. Shelby Lisa reminded me, hello to all my lovely lurkers. And to everyone who watches the video later. I think I might just do a couple more. And then it might do some, try some of these oracle cards. Okay, but I don't know. I'm not going downhill a little bit, guys. So it's been a long week, so I think I'm just more tired than anything. So we'll see how we go. Anyway, Central America, past, grasping any opportunity to basically keep up. Oh, now new direction, new hope for Central America. Okay, better cover up the nudies for the Central American region. Oh, the lovers. New commitments, new deals, but whether they're good or not, are they good deals? I feel like pulling back on some deals. So perhaps, yeah, I felt like the Central American region, but I really feel like this is really zooming in on El Salvador. I think they might pull out of the prison agreement. That would be a bit of a problem if they do, that this is pulling away from saying, whoa, buddy, no more. And we're going to review who we have here. And anyone who isn't a criminal is going to get sent back. So I think, why? Not for humanitarian good, but it's as a self-preservation technique for the government. South America, the South American region. Let's have a look at that. South America. Wow. Some badly needed truths are going to be coming out there. Or have been coming out. Actually, it's been a lot of stuff coming out of the South American region, especially Brazil, Bolisario and stuff. So in the past, and then now more and more and more stuff coming out, more communications, more news. Going to be a very interesting couple of weeks there. And in the future, conflict, internal conflict. I think, yeah, internal political conflict, new ideas. Yeah, it's going to be like, now you see, now you don't. Another leader gone, and someone else to take his place. But whether they're better or not, I don't know. So I think there might be some leadership changes in some of the South American countries, possibly Brazil. Could be Argentina or Venezuela. One of those three. Okay, let's have a look at Europe. Western Europe and then Eastern Europe. That includes Western Europe, includes the Mediterranean. Wow. Moving towards a victorious stance. That's what they've been doing, making moves towards a victorious stance. Victory. We have a reverse too. So this is going to come to, okay, a bit of a split in an agreement or a commitment. So what effect is that going to have? Oh boy, a tower moment coming. So this is interesting. The past is a major arcana, the present seems like a minor breakdown, but it's going to lead to major change. This is the thing. People think that the tower is all about destruction. In a way it is, but it's about a mechanism for major change. So this is Western Europe looking at. Let's have a look at Eastern Europe. Thank you, Bora Bora. Nice sometimes to just go a bit global and look at different regions. So Eastern Europe. Okay. Retreat, retirement, rest. First word that actually did enter my head here was death. So yeah, and I'm not okay. Fighting for recognition is where they're at. So there's been retirement death in the past, retreat, fighting for recognition at the moment. But just more confusion. Basically, I just feel at the moment there's just more clouding of the truth, efforts to gaslight and to confuse. I feel it's unfortunately more of the same, a rinse and repeat of this cycle for Eastern Europe, which is Russia, Ukraine, Estonia, all those areas that are caught up in one way or another. Hi, Constance Campbell. Welcome back, my darling. I'm going to go Asia, which is India, China, Japan, Korea's. Okay. Parts of Russia too, really. Yeah. Mongolia, continental Asia. We'll add in Japan as well. Continental Asia and Japan. Details, details, details. Lots of work been happening. Lots of planning and perfecting. Hello. Leap of faith and start of a new cycle as well. Start of a new cycle. So something's come to an end after a lot of work and they're starting out on a fresh cycle. Interesting. So what's in the future for this fresh cycle? Oh, not looking good. Again, long dark night of the soul, Knight of 1,000 knives, a necessary, a bad end to a bad cycle. So it's like maybe prematurely starting out because this isn't quite finished yet. So there's a danger of moving forward too soon. F-45 and his mega henchmen in Congress and SCOTUS will be dealt with ASAP. Well, let's do a card split on that. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards here. Do a quick card split on that. Strength. Strength is going to, will they be dealt with ASAP? So I will have to say that this is a yes. But ASAP is dependent on the structure of things. To do it right, you're going to need patience, which is one of the things of the strength card. Okay. Now we've just got one more region to do now, and that's Africa, continental Africa. Of course, there's so much more complex than 3 cards can tell, but this is general. So let's have a look. Continental Africa. Overindulgence of many leaders. Yeah, there's a lot of leaders who they don't care about their country, they just care about the power. So drunk on power. Not really. It's not for every place in Africa, but there's some places where these people have been coming to the fore a bit more. At present, okay, new agreements, reaffirmations. Now, there is a group that belong to of nations, African nations. I cannot remember the name of it. I should. It's not very good of me, but I feel like they're going to reaffirm the goals and everything, and I feel like they're going to step forward. So these guys, these ones who are drunk on power, might start feeling a bit of, but the problem is a lot of the people in some of the smaller nations and all that who are in charge, they're very dangerous people. They don't like it when you say no. Energy buildings to move forward, and It's you'd think that clubbing people with a big stick would be not the ideal way to get them to wake up to themselves, but in some areas with some people, that's what you have to do. So there's but in creative ways, not necessarily violence and force, which some of these people would just lap up, but finding more creative ways to move forward and get people on board. So that's what they're going to be concentrating on, what quite a few other countries are going to be concentrating on in the future. Hi, Sabrina Fell. Hi, Human Generic. Okay, guys. I'm going to general look at things today rather than zooming in on specific people and stuff. Sometimes you just need to step back a bit. So how about we do some card readings? And I think might go with using these great little cards. And I'm not quite sure what they're called, but they're great. I got them off Temu, actually. So they're amazing. So I'm going to use a mix of this root and wings. Okay. And these are embrace your roots and soar to new heights. Rooted in strength, soaring in freedom. Woohoo! I haven't opened them yet, so this will be a bit of fun. Baba. The second month of school holidays over there now. Summer break over there. Oh, wow. Great looking cards. Look, great looking cards. And yeah, so I'm going to add another card. So we'll do 3 cards. What's the next card? Deck to use. We go a bit cheeky and use the Naughty Oracle? No, I don't think so. We'll use the signpost. Cosmic Insight. Oracles. Okay, so who would like a reading? Okay, who would like a reading? Okay, whoever that is. Can you not use the P word? But please, yeah. But otherwise, yeah. The orange, yeah. Okay. Steve's put his hand up first. So, Steve, Cosmic Insights. Caution. Find out more information and don't overwork yourself, my darling. The next card, which is the Roots card, and I'm just cutting them. Dreams. Okay. Keep pursuing your innermost dreams and ideals. Okay. And what's this body part one? Blood and music. No. Okay, this is blood one, and it's blood. It's about family issues, the flow of life and sacrifice. It's about inheritance, guilt, sacred initiation, and about strength. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you feel like you've given up on somebody if you've done what's best for them, but that you know it's what's best, but it doesn't lessen the feeling of guilt that you couldn't do more on your own. Don't be that way with yourself, Steve. And if you're not sure about something, ask for more information. You have the right to do that. But it's also time for you to start thinking about what you want to pursue in the future. You're not going to be in this paused space forever. But don't feel guilty. And sometimes it's hard after we lose somebody that you feel guilty that you haven't done more, seen them more, things like that. Now, I'm not saying anything about your mum here. The reason that popped up, my personal experience, is that I lost a family member this week that I had, I hadn't seen for years and years and years, but still held dear. But I felt guilty that I hadn't been more in touch. And so that was my personal experience coming into things there, Steve. So please don't get a fright. But it is a time to find out more information. Don't wear yourself down. But the time, we all know that those we love don't want us to abandon. If they really love us, they don't want us to abandon all our hopes and dreams. They want us to pursue future. They want us to pursue our dreams. So, yeah. Okay. Hey, Bora Bora, I saw your question, and yep, when we get to you with the cards, we'll do your finances. Okay, Sabrina. Finances seems to be on people's minds. Digestion. Freedom. So we're looking at Sabrina Fell. Okay, Sabrina, what I'm getting is no, it's not the right time. That's the cosmic insight. That doesn't mean it won't ever be. What I'm getting is that if you do whatever it is you're thinking of now, you'll lose. You'll tie yourself down. And that is not the best thing at the moment. It's got the second card here is freedom. It's release your shackles and pursue personal freedom. And then we have digestion. Digestion. Processing, absorbing, purifying, elimination, complex, intricate, and regeneration. I'm really drawn to regeneration and, of course, clogging up the bowels. The bowels. Don't take on something that's going to tie you down. It's not the right time. At this time, it seems like a really good time for you to explore. Find other ways to explore your freedom. So it's a bit odd. It's like it's not the right time to cut those ties completely. Um, but there are other ways in which you can enjoy your freedom. Um, I feel like part time is what's coming through to me, and by and a partial elimination of some things. So it's complex, but by allowing yourself some more regeneration time. This will give you time to explore more, but by not cutting that completely, it's not the right time to end things completely, but ease up on it. Semi-retire or um, go part-time with the commitment, but not for too long. I feel like another 12 months or so, but use that 12 months to explore ways in which you want to go, and will also give you some time to regenerate before making those final decisions. Sabrina, if that makes sense. Okay, Deanne. So, first up, cosmic insight. Oh, experiencing a breakup or a divorce of sorts. So I'm really sorry that this has come through, whatever marital thing, or it doesn't necessarily mean a marriage, or it just means a divorcing yourself from a situation, breaking away from a situation, more than an actual breakup of a marriage or anything. Then we have wisdom. Accumulate wisdom and experience through continuous learning. So, whatever this situation is, there's some valuable lessons for you to learn from it. Okay. So, do not ignore those lessons. They're really, really important. And then what do we have? We have the wrist. The wrist, adaptability, flexibility. FROO, constraint. It might be free. I'm not quite sure. Constraint, sensitivity, pulse monitoring, well-being. This is basically ah, the lessons learned from this breakdown of the situation. The lessons learned here are about adaptability, learning more about sensitivity to others. Not that you're an insensitive person, but in this instance, you just didn't pick up on something. And learning about looking after yourself and monitoring your own well-being. There's some really important lessons there for you. Deanne? Oh, bugger. What have I done? Sorry, guys. I can get a bit shaky sometimes. Constance Campbell. Ah! Yeah, Constance Campbell, you'd like a reading on your finances. Okay. Sure thing. Looking at finances for Constance Campbell. Spirit? Distance. You and your partner may be physically or emotionally distant, Constance. But this is, you're looking at your finances. So I feel like this distance is in between philosophies. So the way in which you look at things and the way in which the other person, significant person in their life is this, or maybe the advice you've been given, if there's no other significant person, there's a distance in that. Now, then we have awakening, which says, realize your growth and changes and embrace awakening. And then we have your head, leader, in charge, rise above intellect, attitude, and personality. Perspective. So that, okay, yeah. So in the wrist one, it wasn't through, it was free. It's just the way they do the ears in this deck. So it never hurts to have a think back about how much you've learned about your finances in the past and about how handling them, and write down some of the lessons you've learned, some of what you don't like, what you've seen, some of what you do like of what you've seen. I like this card. It's got growth and changes. I feel like there has been some challenges, and that's you've tried to distance yourself from those to try and protect yourself, but it's time to step in and be in charge and take charge, and you will realize the growth and changes. You've got lots of ideas about what you want to do. As long as you get really good, solid advice, and I'm going professional advice here, I think some of the ideas you have are really good and will head towards growth and change for your finances. But please, my darling, definitely some of the ideas you have are amazing and will bloom, but definitely get professional advice. Okay. You can talk to your bank. Of course, they've always got people, or you can go and talk to a different bank, or, you know, yeah. I feel like you should map out what you want to happen with your finances and go from there. But please, my darling, it's, you know, I feel like you've got some good ideas, but please get the backup of good, sensible advice, and not the, if it looks too good to be true, it is. So definitely, yeah, choose wisely and get good advice, because I feel like there's some good potential there, but I'm not the person to tell you how to do it. But definitely there's some good potential there for you. Okay. And whether or not, Cameo, can you move your butt? Come on, move your butt. No, come on, come on. Mummy's still got some readings to do for people, okay? So you need to move your butt. Bora Bora 333, you would also like a reading on your finances. Okay. Oh, it's okay. Thank you. I didn't mean to mention it, but I thought I might have given unintentionally given Steve a bit of a fright. So, um, yeah. And again, with matters such as finances and mental health and all that, please do get good, sound, solid advice. And if you need to go and talk to an advisor, please do so. Some banks offer the service, at least here in Australia, others don't. I don't know much about the US. So, yeah. So, Bora Bora 333, reading on your finances. Okay. But thank you, Sherry French. Okay. Give it time. Wow. So, everything in divine timing, let things flow. Okay. So, I feel like maybe you might be panicking a little bit. Vision, look to the future with foresight and make wise choices. Now, that's interesting. Giving it time and looking to the future with foresight. Make wise choices. The things that, and again, we've got the blood thing, the family issues, the flow of life, sacrifice, inheritance, guilt, sacred initiation, strength. I do feel like you're being squeezed, like your heart's being squeezed. I feel like maybe you're being squeezed with some family issues. Um, that's not their choices to make. This is maybe you're being pressured to, you know, leave a situation when you want to stay. So give it time. And I feel like you have a clear vision of where you want to go, and you've got some good advice. Just check. It's a good time to check back in and just get clarification that what you're seeing is good. But I feel like don't let that pressure from people who really have no right to put that pressure on you. It's your money to do what you want with. Oh, you're wasting my inheritance, all that. Tell them to piss off. I'm sorry, Bora Bora, but some people deserve to be told to piss off. And it's not what you built and created yourself, is not somebody else's future guarantees. You will do with it what you want. And it looks like yeah, stick with things for a little bit longer. And of course, if there's any doubt that it's not going to turn out quite the way you envision and all that, please go and see some people. It never hurts to check in with the people who are professionals at it. It might cost you a little bit of money, but it would be worth it in the end. So yeah. Yeah, kitty cat, that's Cameo. Your mum is in failing health. Oh, you're one of your mum's caregivers. Okay. So there's been pressure. Okay. Yeah. Don't anyone else tell you what to do with it. Oh, I do not charge. I near her there. I do not charge. I do readings. You can book a reading with me and I will charge. But when we're on this and I say, would you like a reading? I do not charge. Okay. So, yes, of course, you can ask a question now and there. It's all right, Janet. And you know what? I think your mum's like, I got no use for it anymore. And just do the best for yourselves. It's like you've earned it, my darlings. You've earned it. So yes, Niana, you can ask a question. If you do want a full hour reading, I do them. You can email me at footprinttarot@gmail.com. I charge $30 US, whatever the equivalent is in your currency. Like in Australia, that's $45 Australian. So whatever it would be in the equivalent of $30 US in your currency, that's what you pay. And you get an hour there, face to face over a video link. I can do email readings, but they take an awful long time to write out and all that. Yeah, tell them to piss off, honestly. You and your fellow caregivers, you're not caring for your mum because of any inheritance. You're doing it because you love her, and she knows that. And yeah, you made an accidental financial transaction. Wow. Okay. Go. Will you get your money back? Well, this isn't a guarantee, my darling. Intuition. What is your intuition telling you about this? If it's a small amount of money, so what is your intuition telling you? Soulful presence. Connect with your inner self, live in the present, and stand firm in your belief. So this is saying stand firm. And here, personal power, identity, physical strength, bold actions, sexuality, and wild side. I don't think sexuality comes into this, but personal power. Look, if your intuition tells you to pursue it, pursue it. It depends on the amount of money too, but stand firm in your belief. Yes or no, will you get your money back? Bring a pendulum out here. Will Neha get their money back? Will Neha get their money back? Show me yes. Pendulum, show me no. Okay. Pendulum, will Neha Ne get their money back? I'm seeing yes. Whatever financial institution you use to pay the lady, go to them first. If you can show where you intended the money to go and how the mistake was made. Yeah. That's interesting. Definitely talk to your financial institution. It looks like you will, but you're going to have to be patient. Oh, that's all right, my darling. That's fine. Bora Bora. She has you, my darling. Yeah, she has you and your fellow caregivers. And yeah. And blocked you. Well, go to your financial institution. Definitely go to your financial institution. If you can show where the money was intended to go, and stuff, yeah, pursue it. Yeah. Neha, this isn't the first time she's done this. I don't know how she manages it, but yeah. So, yeah, definitely. Anyway, my darlings, I am going to wrap up for the day. Thank you for joining me as always. No need to apologize, Bora Bora. And also, as I said, thanks to the lovely lurkers and also to those people who choose to watch my videos at a later date. It really is appreciated. Everyone have a great week. Okay. Well, then it's like her policy, isn't it? But if she was not meant to be paid that money, she has not got a right to it. So, yeah, definitely talk to the financial institution. Okay. Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Bye-bye.